So I'm Michael Hartline. I'm Dean of the Herbert Wertheim College of Business. I've been at Florida State for 25 years. I came as a faculty member teaching in the marketing department. Did that for 5 years and then became chair of the department. Did that for 5 years, moved over to be associate dean. Did that for 4 years, and that's where I started working on this project of the building, formerly known as Legacy Hall, now the Herbert Wertheim Center, and became dean a little over 10 years ago. Well, I came to FSU. This was my fourth academic home after moving around a little bit. And my wife and I were looking for a place to raise our three daughters in a community that valued not only research, but also excellent teaching, more of a well-rounded community. So we were looking for a home that we could put down roots and be there for a while, because our children were pretty small when we came here. So 25 years ago, we moved from Birmingham, Alabama to here. We still live in the same house that we bought back then. Our kids grew up here. 2 of the 3 still live here. We're here. We just had a grandson, Christmas. It's here now. So it's always felt like home, but now it feels permanently like home. So in the College of Business, we try to promote faculty engagement through a variety of initiatives. For example, we have a holiday potluck. We've done it now for years. We do an awards banquet every spring semester and give out awards to faculty and staff. We do interesting things around Halloween. We up until we moved, we didn't do it this year, but we have a holiday door decorating contest. We have a back to school party every year in August or September when we come back to campus. So those are the things we do. We try to do it more over social activities. Make connections early and often. It's in our college, we strive for our newest faculty to have a mentor both in the college and out of college. Doesn't always work that way, but the goal is you need a mentor, you need somebody to make connections. And so finding a way to do that as early as possible, and if faculty are afraid to do that on their own, then I would say ask their dean or their department chair to help with that regard, because people like me have been here forever. I know a lot of people across campus and can make those connections. And it's good sometimes to have that point of view outside of your own college, like to understand what's happening in other colleges or across campus. I think that's really important. We came here in 2001. I was a faculty member in the marketing department. Stayed in that job for 5 years and then was asked to become the department chair, and did that for 5 years. And when that same dean asked me to become associate dean, she gave me the title Associate Dean of Strategic Initiatives, which was basically whatever she didn't want to do. So special projects. You laugh, but that's basically what it was. Like, here, I don't want to do this, you do this, right? Special projects. So I did a lot of different things, like overhauling the website was one, making some key renovations to the Revetta building at the time was another one. But this building, Legacy Hall, as we called it then, was a big part of it as well. So the planning and the programming around Legacy Hall, helping with the design, engaging the architect when we finally hired an architect, doing sort of the needs analysis and what we needed and what we didn't need, and trying to keep it within a budget. Where is it going to be located? Most people don't know that the new building was supposed to be located next to Revetta. That's where we were originally going to go, in that parking lot that you see there. Well, there used to be a building there called the Karate Building, and they tore it down, and that's where we were going, right there in that parking lot. And then the university acquired the Civic Center about that time frame, and they started talking about moving us over here because they wanted a large academic unit on this side of campus to sort of activate this side of campus. And so that became a big part of my job as associate dean, working with the rest of campus. How are we going to do this? How is it going to fit? How does that work? And then in 2015, I became interim dean and did that job for 9 months. and then became dean in 2016. And I do count the interim period of being dean. So on July 1st of this year, it'll be 11 years that I've been dean. And so this project, the Legacy Hall project, has been part of my life for over 14 years. He made a $65 million investment in the college, $15 million toward the building to help with the construction and upkeep and maintenance of the building, and $50 million endowment into the college, which supports basically three areas: faculty, students, and preeminence. And preeminence means discretionary. So for whatever the college needs in the future, that money is free to be spent on whatever new initiative we might want to pursue. And that's incredible for a donor to understand that it's not just what we want to do today, it's what we want to do tomorrow. And that none of us can predict what we're going to need to do in 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 20 years. And to have that kind of funding flexibility is just unheard of, and can't be more thankful to Dr. Wertheim.
That's great.
Well, it already has. We're 1 month in, and it already has. Everyone tells me that it's night and day different than what we had. Because, again, nothing against Rovetta, it served its purpose for a very long period of time. But there was just no way you were going to have a culture of community there. Because in order for the secret sauce to work in higher education, you need students and faculty and staff to interact. It can't just be in the classroom and out, and that's what we were doing at Rovetta, unfortunately, right? So students in the classroom, you get out of class, where are they going to go? They go to the union or the library. There's nowhere to go. There's not even anywhere to sit in the Rovetta building. So that was the reason this building is designed the way it is. And so one of the things that I hope people notice when they first walk into the building is what they don't notice. They don't notice elevators. Right? You don't. What you see is sort of the culture of the college turned inside out and laid open in front of you, and that was by design because we wanted the students front and center. And when you do that, the faculty and the staff and the students can't help but interact. So what I said earlier about if you're going to go get a coffee, you better budget 15 minutes is working exactly the way it was designed to happen. And so we're just super excited about the opportunities that brings, not only for the culture of the college and the community that we build, but also now as we look forward to bringing in employers and bringing in executives. So we have this vision of being able to bring in executives and just hang out on the forum stairs for the day. Like the executive of the day, they're going to literally be in the atrium all day. And you're welcome to walk by and say hello or whatever you want. I mean, imagine the power of that as opposed to bringing someone in and putting them in one classroom, which we still do. But it just gives us an opportunity to sort of showcase the college front and center.
Yeah.
The other thing comes from an alum's daughter. So we have a young lady who goes to school here. I won't tell you her name, but her mother told me this story, and I think this kind of captures it. Is that they're so used to, at Rovetta, like I said, you go to class, you go to the union, you go to class, you go to the library, you go home. Well, this young lady said she came to the Wertheim Center in the morning, did her class, hung out, had a coffee, whatever, and then went home and had such FOMO that she came back. So the students are now telling us they would rather hang out here than hang out anywhere else.
Yeah.
Well, you know how powerful that is.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. I will tell you what, I'm most proud of what I call full circle moments. And I've had, probably in my career, I've probably had 10 or 15 of them. You know them when you see them. Like a good example is several years ago, we had a young lady graduate from here, and I had her mother in class. Now, if you stay at any place long enough, that's going to happen, right? But to have this young lady graduate, and I had her mother in class 20 years ago, right? That's pretty powerful. But now in the building, like specifically tied to the building, there are a lot of name spaces in this building, right? You've probably seen them, right? Well, to have the children of those individuals stand there, like it happened with Scott Price and his son Brooks in the Forum stairs. There's a picture of Brooks standing under the Scott Price family Forum stairs. Well, that's a full circle moment, not only for me, but for Scott. So imagine, right, that's the kind of power that we're building here. And that's what I'm most proud of, is being able to point to that and say, not only did I have something to do with Scott and his investment in our building, but something to do with his son's education, and now it's come full circle, right? And so in 25 years, I hope to see Scott's grandson or daughter standing under those stairs, right? That's the power, and that's what we're super proud of. So the columns on the building, there are 4 columns on each side of the building. They're torches, and they are designed to mimic the FSU torches. Okay, so your next question is going to be, well, there are 4.
Yeah.
Why are there not 3? So we came up with a way to preserve. We always knew the name Legacy Hall would go away. At least that was our hope anyway. Someone would name the building and it would go away. It was always a placeholder. And so those columns are Vires, Artes, Mores, Legato. Strength, skill, character, legacy. When you point them out that they're torches, the people are like, wow, like I had no idea they're torches. But they are. That's what they're designed to be. So there's just little things like that in this building. And I won't go into too depth here, but if you stand in the atrium and you look up at the railing, the metal railing that's around the building, if you look at it just right, they're in a V pattern. They're not rails that go perfectly up and down. They're pointed like this. If you look at it just right, it mimics the fire pattern in the football uniform. Yeah. Things like that. And I hope everyone notices the words that were put on the wall: opportunity and legacy and purpose. Those were chosen. Each floor has a theme. So we're on the 3rd floor. This is the legacy floor. And this floor is named after a former dean, Ray Solomon. His family gave the money to do that. So there's just a lot of history, a lot of purposeful sort of design elements in this building that if you've been around a while, you get it, right? If you know what to look for, you get it. And so whenever I get a chance to tell everyone, like, did you notice those are columns? Like, do you see the FSU pattern in the most people don't. You're pointed out.
Yeah.
I have so many favorite rooms in the building, but my favorite room is one that might surprise you. It's a breakout room on the 2nd floor at the top of those stairs when you first come in there. And there are 3 breakout rooms that overlook Lasher Plaza. And the one in the middle, to me, on a sunny day, is just perfect. It's something about the lighting, and you're at the perfect height with the trees and the park in front of you and the green on the grass below. You have to go see it. It's just, you walk in, it takes your breath away. How beautiful it is.